Salt Lake City, Utah, and the Race for 8. My name is Dave Vincent. Welcome back on a super Saturday with the World Players of Handball. This is the Senior Division semifinals. Nadia Alvarado and Andy Schad. Our referee is Anthony Celesto, and he's giving that announcement now.
0 plays 0.
Nadia Alvarado got here by defeating Sonny Roberts and Andy Schad. We saw that match last night versus Chris Watkins. First serve is short.
Short. Second serve.
Andy had his first side out of the match, but he decided to hit it in the ground, and now Nadia gets a point. It's a one-game match to 25, win by 2. This is the senior tour. I want to thank Linda Manning for manning the broadcast van and doing all the switching early on Saturday morning.
1 plays 0.
Justin Grad, camera operator number 1.
Little short. Second serve.
We'll ask Linda Manning to turn the headphones down just a little bit here in the broadcast booth. I'd not say a little bit, but a lot. There we go. That's a screen, no call from the referee yet.
I'm gonna call it down, Andy. Okay. 2 plays 0.
Andy Schad said that was a point. I know players that would have lobbied for that, and that's an amazing little inside out serve right there from Nadia Alvarado Jr. here, 3-0. Nadia is preparing for the Seattle Players Championship, where he will be invited as one of the top pros because he has enough ranking points. He was in jeopardy here at this tournament.
4 plays 0.
If Aaron Garner would have made it to 5th place, then Nadia would have not been invited to Seattle, but now, after just playing 2 events this year, Nadia Alvarado qualifies for Seattle. And the same could be said for Paul Brady, who played 1 event, but that event came with double points. The U.S. Open, where he won that. And Paul Brady will also be invited to Seattle. So what does that mean for the seniors? Well, Andy Schad could get the invite depending on how many points he scores here. The invited senior players are Dan Armijo, John Bike, Matt McLaughlin, and yours truly, but I tore my groin earlier on in this tournament, so I'm going to say no to that invite. And that's going to either pave the way for Andy Schad or another player. Nadia Alvarado is just so difficult to play against, and you can see Andy Schad, who's in amazing shape, really breathing hard, and Nadia Alvarado hasn't even broke a sweat yet. Score is 5-0. We're 3 minutes in.
Short ball.
It was short, but he had Andy looking to the left.
Second serve. Ball.
Hear Nadia talking to himself here.
5 plays 0.
Nadia may be playing in the senior tour, but he still carries himself like he's on the Elite 8 tour. Goes through the same pre-game regimen, focuses just as hard, is upset with himself if he misses a kill shot, even if he's up 5-0. Still intense.
Zero plays 5.
Andy Schad has a full sweat going right now against Nadia, as we all would. That ball goes into that black hole, Andy. Thought it would come out. Instead, it stays closer to that right wall.
Five, play 0.
Come on.
6, play 0.
Amazing serve right there. Andy, only thing he can do is just kick the ball back to Nadi. Then he apologizes
7, play 0.
to Nadi, but he's frustrated. It's tough to be in here against a guy serving lasers like this. That ball just seems to skid on the floor. It's hit so hard. Six minutes, 7 points.
8, play 0.
Guys chirping with each other here about they're equal now because
0 plays
Andy had
8.
a bad bounce, and now Nadi's ball hit that crease, led to a swing and a miss. 0-8. Andy had his first chance to get a point here. Went with an underhand paddle and hit it right in the ground. One game match 25, win by 2, halftime 15. This
8,
is
play
the
0.
semifinals of
8, play 0.
the seniors.
Nine, play 0. Short ball. Second serve.
Beautiful ceiling shot right there from Nadi. That's going to be a slider, and Schad is unable to get it back to the front wall.
Terrible handball.
And you hear
Timeout.
exactly
Your first.
how Andy feels there. We're going to take a break too. Back in
minute.
60. Stay here. RaceFreight.com.
Play resumes. 10, play 0.
Andy Schad took that first timeout of 3.
Short
And then
ball.
a almost cracked serve right there from Nadi Alvarado. Short second serve.
2 shorts.
This is only the fourth
0 plays
serve.
10.
Serve number 4 for Andy Schad here in this match.
Point. 1 plays 10.
See what Nadi does here. He'll do a head fake to the left and then serve to the right. That's the one. And he gets
Good. Point.
Andy Schad leaning to the left. It's just his body language.
plays
Everything
1.
seems to want to mosey to the left, so it makes you believe he's going there too. Now Andy's leaning to the right. Nadi goes to the left. And a little hand air there from Nadi. Schad put a little wrinkle on that
1
ball.
plays 11.
See if Andy Schad could get something going here. Last night against Chris Watkins, he was in a similar situation where he was trailing and then all of a sudden put the
2
afterburners
plays
on
11.
and he caught up. Now it's a little different scenario playing Nadi Jr., but if you can get Nadi into the rally, keep away from his offense, you have a chance as long as you execute. And there it is, 3 executions in a row for Andy Schad that started off with a side out and ends with 2 points.
Point.
Now we're up to 3-10.
3 plays 11.
Strange that referee called that 11. I didn't think Nadi had 11. And a flat roll out from Nadi Alvarado with the side out here. Let's see if the referee says 11-3 because I believe the score is 10-3. I think he called the score wrong last time.
11 plays 3.
Well, that's what it is. Amazing serve.
Point. 12 plays 3.
And you just said something to Nadi that we all do. When it's a great shot, you say, please just don't do that to me.
Point. 13 plays 3.
Good return, but what can you do with that? First strike from Nadi Alvarado, little paper hands up there, just touches the ball, goes into the right corner. Soft little floater for the point.
14 plays 3.
This is half point, we call it. And you'll find out now what that means.
Point.
And that is a point. It's halftime. We'll have a 3-minute break. We'll be back in,
Saw good.
in just a few. Stay around here for the second half at racerate.com.
3 minutes.
My name is Bruce Fabrizio. In 1975, I invented Simple Green based on 3 principles. It had to be safer to use, it had to work, and it had to be completely made in America. From generation to generation, Simple Green has been cleaning everything from car engines and tools to kitchen counters and floors. No matter what you clean, indoors or outdoors, clean it with non-toxic, biodegradable Simple Green.
prime time. We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home. Okay.
Come on, watch this guy.
Oh, backwards!
Oh, don't. Oh,
It went into Bob and Carol's yard. Oh, no? Okay, here it comes.
oh no!
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
All right, let's see what you can do. Let's go.
They might surprise you. Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
All right, guys. Andy starts. We have 3 plays 15.
You heard that score from the referee, 3-15. This is the second half. Nani Alvarado dominated Andy Schad in the first one, 15-3, but Andy gets the first serve here. Nani lets that ball drop. Andy's going to go for that corner kill. Down the middle instead. He's in the driver's seat here. And Nani tried to do that familiar jump over the shot, up, run up the wall, and go get the ball, but he was unable to do it. Now 4-15 is the score.
4 plays 15.
It's really quiet in that court right now. It's kind of hard to be vocal when it's at this altitude. They said here at the club is 4,800 feet above sea level, almost 1 mile.
15 plays 4. Nice volley, guys. Four plays 15.
That's a great serve right there from Andy Schad. The ball came up right at the time Nani wanted to hit it right into the side wall. They met at the same time, 5-15 score. Andy Schad picking away at that lead from Nani Alvarado. And there's another point for Andy Schad. Now it's 7-15, making it respectable.
Point.
Nani Alvarado started this off at
6 plays 15.
started it off with a 9-0 run. And Andy Schad had his opening there, but he hit the ball into the ground. Nani Alvarado serving here. Watch his head fake. He's going to look to the left.
15 plays 6.
Presumably going to go to the right here. Oh, goes back to the left there. Andy was right on it. Nani goes with that little power pass, push down the right wall. Gets another point. Nadi's been doing this amazing look to the left, serve to the right.
16 plays 6.
It's either an ace or short. There it is there. And he's catching up to those serves now, though. And then Nadi, the best you can do is hope that he misses those shots.
6 plays 16.
Andy Schad is completely drenched in his own sweat here. Altitude and the pace of this game that Nadi's putting on him. Nadi's going to go to the right. There he goes in that corner like he always does. Pretty automatic. If you're going to give him a ball from there, you better run toward the left wall and assume you're just going to dive for whatever you're going to find. Andy was a little late getting out of the block as they have a towel timeout here. You're watching the WPH race for 8 one-game match, 25, halftime, 15, win by 2, play all bad bounces, 3 timeouts. And if you can remember all of that, we might hire you to write it down for us. It's a lot of words. But it's catching on. The players are starting to like it. Fans love the intensity because the players have to play harder right out of the gate. They can't throw a match like you do in a traditional best 2 out of 3.
16-6.
So now it's 16-6. I really thought it was 17-6. So maybe the referee made a correction from earlier when I think he jumped the score. Nonetheless, 17-6 is the score.
17 plays 6.
Short ball.
Short. Second serve.
Let's see what Nadi does here. It usually goes 2 walls. That's a really good serve for him. Oh, wow. Oh, and he missed it. I thought he actually rolled that out. Andy Schad's being a little condescending, but in a nice way. He's one of the nicest people you ever meet. Andy's saying, "Oh, you missed one." Wow. So he didn't miss that one. I think when you brag about Nadi missing a shot, he's just going to hit the very next one to show you that he can make it. And I know Nadi.
17 plays
That's why
6.
sometimes you don't want to be too condescending in the court because they'll just show you that they can do it. Nice get right there from Alvarado. Andy Schad's putting up a fight, though. But Nadi Alvarado has that certain gift, that put-away ability. That's what's made him an elite player.
18 plays 6.
Just over the line. And he
Saw the
thumbed
serve
that
good.
ball.
Point.
19 serve 6. 23 minutes into this match. Nadi said he'd keep it at 29 minutes. Win or lose, he said. Win or lose, it's going to take 29 minutes.
19 plays 6.
I'm assuming he thought that there'd be a win, but
Short ball. Second serve. Side out.
sometimes that's what happens when you run up there and you think that all you need to do is just touch it to the front wall. You just lose your momentum, and there's going to be a 2-minute glove timeout.
Yeah, your left glove.
And we're also going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 2
minute-
minutes. Stay
2-minute
here
glove
for
change.
a 2-minute glove change at racefreight.com.
2 minutes. 19-6.
It's Timothy Green's first day at school.
What's in there? He's about to fall over.
Anything he might need. There's a box of tissues on the bottom and some Band-Aids. There's a whole first aid kit, actually.
Mom, I can handle it from here.
You don't have to be perfect
Have a great day.
That's too much pressure.
Have the day you have.
to be a perfect parent.
There are two people in the world who want you more than anything. They'll make some mistakes, but they will love you more than you can ever imagine.
There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
After the timeout, stepping back in, it's a 2-minute glove change. Both players actually changed their gloves. Nadi's just a quick glove changer. He's back in the court. Andy likes to take his time to get his gloves and to towel off, change his shirt. I'm surprised the referee didn't make Andy Schad or I should say, just reverse what I'm saying here. Andy did change his shirt, but I'm surprised the referee didn't make Nadi Alvarado change his. But maybe he doesn't deem it as an issue here.
Andy, you serve.
That's one of the things about these pro players from yesteryear. They will get in here and talk about stock market, their kids,
19.
their kids' soccer games, and everything but handball. The young guys get in there and just say, who serves? And they don't talk to each other. Well, that's good power right there from Andy Schad. He had to do that. And I think in order to at least compete with the Nadi Alvarado, you have to hit the ball a little harder than you normally do, but within your range. I think Andy's realizing that he has to just blow this ball into Nadi's feet. That's the problem with that little soft serve. If it checks up, you just make one little tiny mistake, then Nadi will pounce on it. You have to keep that ball above his head to force him to do something other than those kill shots.
Plays 7.
Nadi Alvarado serving. Nadi has won every senior stop this year. He's going to go
Second
undefeated.
serve.
Or at least he's trying for it. That's what separates the men from the boys right there. Nadi can take that ball and just cut the speed in half with just pinpoint precision.
Plays 7.
That ball looked like it hit the line. You heard Nadi say that too. There's no linesman, just play it. And he said, you want a short ball? And Nadi said, no, side out.
7 plays 20.
And he has 10 seconds to get that ball in after the serve is called. Andy is really hitting this ball as hard as he can. Wow, and Nadi just stepped it up another 5 miles per hour on that back wall kill shot for the point.
Side out. Twenty plays 7.
And Nadi gets his 21st point.
Point. Twenty-one plays 7.
It's a terrible miss hit right there from Nadi. You're trying to push that ball right down the left wall.
7 plays 21. Twenty-one plays 7.
Coming up after this, it'll be John Bike versus Dan Armijo. Unbelievable serve. And there's nothing worse than, as a retriever, returning the serve, having to dive to try to get a serve.
Andy, that's your second timeout. 1 minute.
The ball has traveled about 20 feet to the front wall, another 20 feet back over the short line, another 5 more, maybe another 5 more feet. You've got about 50 feet, 40 to 50 feet of travel, and you can't get your body from the 10-foot mark to the side wall quick enough, so you have to dive. That's telling you that the server is serving the ball in the 80s. Nadi Alvarado's 40 years old. He's got that, well, handball blood, obviously, and it's in his genes, but just amazing leverage that Nadi Alvarado can get on this ball. And for anybody to have to dive on a serve, it just, unless you were tricked.
23 plays 7. 22 plays 7.
Andy knows exactly, and Andy turns around and said, no, it's 24.
22 plays 7.
These guys know all the tricks. Andy's might be a nice guy off the court, but he's a tough competitor.
Seven plays 22.
There's that. Nadi just gets Andy completely out of position, and then all you have to do is just push it down the left.
Two plays 7. It's a point.
You hear Andy talking to himself. He's actually just trying to get into Nadi's head just a little bit too.
23 plays 7.
He's not saying all those things for himself. Now Nadi steps in and tries to neutralize what Andy was saying. I know how these conversations go. It's a nice dig right there. Nadi does that little big ball flop to the left corner. Backs up, soft to the right, just so natural. Nadi's not even putting much energy into this. Look how he gets himself back into position. Nadi does, punches that ball with the left. And then Nadi tries that little tiny paddle thing, and it didn't work.
Contact? No.
And there's going to be a timeout called.
Side out. 7 plays 23.
Andy Schad will be serving when they come back in. This is the WPH Race for 8 Aces Tournament in Salt Lake City, Utah. My name is Dave Vincent. We have the Elite 8 players. Semifinals of the pro bracket. Sean Lenning versus Charlie Shanks coming up at 11 o'clock this morning. And then David Fink and Luis Moreno at noon. And then John Bike right after this one. The Hall of Famer. Making one of his rare appearances on the road before his retirement, which could happen at any second with any of these senior players. John Bike will be going up against Dan Armijo. They've both been on the tour for 30 years straight, 28, 29 years for John
7
Bike.
plays 23.
They played each other over 100 times. And John Bike has won over 100 of those matches. Little screen, no call. And that's good that there was no call because Andy Schad gets the point.
Point.
That's one of those tough ones. That's that gray area. Referee decides to let him play through it because
8 plays
he
23.
says, what else was he going to do with the ball besides that? Well, it was exciting there for a moment. Nadia Alvarado is a fan favorite here. This match is 37 minutes in. That's a respectable number against Nadia Alvarado. Nadia and I played in the semifinals in Houston, same spot, where I scored 22, lost 25-22 against Nadia, and that match only lasted 28 minutes. And that's a lot of points in 28 minutes. He got his points on ace serves, I got mine on ace serves.
All right, here we go. 23 plays 8.
Wow. That's threading the needle right there.
8 plays 23.
Be a big setup for Andy. And Andy Net clears that out. And then you hear Nadi say sorry, Andy. It's almost like I disrespected you a few times in there with those little paddle shots of mine.
It's a point. 9 plays 23.
Normally you're not on a receiving end of a 9-23 beating and having the opponent say sorry to you because they don't feel like they're playing very good. But that's the Alvarado confidence. Nadi did what he had to do. He knew that Andy was on the wrong foot, decided to push it right behind him with a nice little power pass. Shot looked really easy on video.
23 plays 9.
You'll be putting an ice bag on your shoulder if you try that at home. Nadi just knows how to do it. Proper footwork, really. Well,
point.
Now we're at game and match point. And you see Andy Schad just put every ounce of effort into this match that he possibly could. He did not give up. He fought.
Possible match point plays 9.
And you have to respect it. There it
nice
is.
game, guys. Good playing.
Nani Alvarado advances to the finals for the third straight tournament. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in about 20 minutes. John Bike versus Dan Armijo. You stick around here at racefor8.com as the crowd appreciates Andy Schad and Nani Alvarado Jr. in Salt Lake City. You stick around. We'll have more action on the way.
It's Timothy Green's first day at school.
What's in there? He's
Well,
about
just
to fall
anything
over.
he might need. There's a box of tissues on the bottom and some Band-Aids. There's a whole first aid kit, actually.
Mom, I can handle it from here.
You don't have to be perfect
Have a great day.
That's too much pressure.
Have the day you have.
to be a perfect parent.
There are two people in the world who want you more than anything. They'll make some mistakes, but they will love you more than you can ever imagine.
There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
My name is Bruce Fabrizio. In 1975, I invented Simple Green based on three principles. It had to be safer to use, it had to work, and it had to be completely made in America. From generation to generation, Simple Green has been cleaning everything from car engines and tools to kitchen counters and floors. No matter what you clean, indoors or outdoors, clean it with non-toxic, biodegradable Simple Green.
Rethink what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino, and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.